What is going on, everybody? We are back on the Crew 2, and well, as you guys know, there was some new vehicles added recently in the Episode 2 update on here. So starting off with the first vehicle, guys, everybody can get this vehicle if you go and you could buy it at the Street HQ there. Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport, and honestly, guys, this thing is pretty dope. Let's get right into the customization. Alright guys, so arriving into the customization, what can you do to this car? Well, starting off with the colors, these are all the official colors you can jump on here with. Honestly, they're all pretty dope. You can also remove the livery if you're not feeling it there, which I honestly think looks pretty cool. I'm probably just going to leave the car as is just because I think it looks pretty awesome like that. Moving on to the liveries, obviously, it's whatever somebody has made there you can put on there. And then finally, visual parts here, we can go and customize a little bit and make it a little more unique here. So you can have the crazy looking blower on there, which looks pretty cool, honestly. Personally, I'm not going to put that on there. I'll probably go with the one with the straps here. And then move over to the front bumpers. You can also change this, which is pretty awesome. You can make it look like it's like see-through almost with the lights there. I do like that, and then the blacked out lights as well. Pretty cool. They actually have some customization for this one. I do actually think this car is pretty dope. Love seeing new cars, honestly, in general in the game, so I'm not going to complain. But regardless, we're going to test this thing out as well in the sleeper race, because that is perfect race to see what this thing can actually do. So yeah, these are all the bumpers here, showing you guys. Personally, I kind of just want to leave it stock there. I mean, that one looks pretty cool. I'll throw that on there, actually. Looking at the fenders, I believe it just makes the side there carbon, I believe. So if you want to just throw that on there, you can. It's only $3,000. Rims, I'm going to leave just as is. I like the rims. And then you could do the caliber colors, which I'll probably make like a blue color, similar to the exhaust there, which will look pretty cool. And then you could throw some mirrors on there, because this is obviously a race car. And then you could change skirts, which is the exhaust if you want. Personally, I'm just going to leave it at blue because I think that looks pretty awesome. And then moving on to the rear fender here, you can do a couple of things here. So you could do this. Looks like it moves the exhaust thing back there, it looks like. Looks pretty cool. I do like that. I'm probably going to go with this just because. Or you can leave it stock if you like how that looks. Maybe I'll just leave it stock, actually. But those are the two if you're interested in putting those on there. And then finally, the interior color, which obviously I will go with blue just to match this thing. That looks pretty cool there. And then that is pretty much it when it comes to the customization, guys. Overall, pretty good. And you can also do vanity items, obviously. So this goes for what you guys have. Can't just put random stuff on there, obviously. But if you do have some vanity items you want to put them on there, you are more than welcome to. That is pretty cool, isn't it? Might as well put that on there because this is basically a race car. And then we could do the smokes here and then the lovely nitros and then underglows and so forth, but that's pretty much it when it comes to the customization. And if you guys are wondering, I will be posting the other armored edition, which is part of the season pass, and the Mustang, so do stay tuned for that. Most likely the armored will be tomorrow, and I'm going to compare their top speeds tomorrow in that video as well, so stay tuned for that. And then I will be posting the Mustang as well to see how that thing does. I'll also be showing my build on this car, so you guys can check that out if you're interested. Here it is here, right here, but I'll also show it at the end of the video just so you get a better look at it there. But this is the build for the vehicle, and then I'll show it again at the end, like I said. And now let's get right into the top speed. Let's see what this car can do. So guys, arriving at the salt flats here. Now, I normally test the car on the salt flats, but I decided I'm going to do the highway on the salt flats just because it seems to do a little better there. Before we do that, though, let's hear this thing start up real fast, because honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things about this car being added is the sound alone. They did a fantastic job. Let's hear this thing. Doesn't that sound insane? Honestly, guys, I think it might be one of the best sounding cars in the game. That just sounds really awesome there. They did a great job on that. Let's take a look at the interior here as well. You see the interior looks pretty awesome. This is a race car, obviously, but let's see how this thing does acceleration-wise. Now, I am running Nitro Chemist on here. A lot of these cars might be better for just cruising when it comes to like competitive racing or stuff like that. This may not be the car you're going to want to pick there. But regardless, let's see how this thing does top speed wise. So I'm using Nitro Chemist to help it a little bit here. And I am on the highway right near the salt flats just because I think the cars do a little better. I tested one of the cars out recently and it seemed to do better on here. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's go back up to 4th. Let's get it back up to 200. So most of the street cars do like 230. So if it does around there, it wouldn't really surprise me too much. But let's see how hard it needs to push with Nitro Chemist to get there. So as you guys will see, the car does do over 220 there. Like I said, when it comes to racing, this car might not be the best choice. There's obviously other cars that probably beat it, like the Leggera there, which I'll post a video about that maybe Monday or next week sometime, because I do think the Leggero is crazy. But anyway, guys, like I said, it does seem like a great car overall, and it does seem like a cool addition. I will be posting the Armored Edition as well tomorrow versus car with top speed to see if that one's different in any way. Anyway, let's go do this sleeper real fast with this. So we are now in the sleeper, guys. Let's see what this car can do. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering why I always do the sleeper for the car reviews here. Mainly because this race seems like it has a ton of turns and stuff like that. Some areas where you can go fast, so it's a good way to test the vehicle out. Some nice tight turns too, obviously. So the build I have on the car seems to be doing pretty well. I'm actually kind of impressed with it right now, how good the car is handling. Overall, the speed of the car is pretty decent. With other cars, I can normally be doing around 180 in this area. Sometimes 200. This car might struggle a bit and use more nitrous than you really should to get it there. Like I said, this car might not be the greatest thing for, well, summits and stuff like that. If you're trying to find a good new car for summits or to compete, this may not be the car that you're going to want to choose. When it comes to looks, though, and sound and all that, I'm going to give this car an easy 10 there. My goodness, the sound on this car is crazy. Pretty awesome that they made it sound like that. And then, obviously, the interior looks pretty cool. It is convertible. They have introduced convertibles into the game, so it is a cool addition to see that as well, except for when it rains. That does not sound fun, making this thing a hot tub. Regardless though, guys, overall the car is pretty cool. Let me know your guys' thoughts so far on the new cars being added. I will be posting the new Armored Edition tomorrow as well. I'll be doing a top speed run versus both to see if one's better than the other. And that's pretty much it with those. And then Sunday I will be posting the Mustang, like I said, because that, honestly, I feel like it's a car most people are excited for. See that dope GT500 as a rally car is crazy. Anyway, guys, how is this car doing so far? Obviously, I'm on the Ace difficulty right now, which I would say any maxed out vehicle could probably beat an Ace difficulty race, so it does depend there. When it comes to the races you can do, though, a lot of people do the sleeper because this is like one of the easiest races to do with the street class. You could farm this for money and stuff like that, so it really depends. As you'll see here, I'm doing almost 200 approaching this here, so this car could do it as well. I guess it depends on what speed you're at and how fast you're going and all the areas, how good you go around the corners. So this car might be able to compete a little bit, but you will notice that it is a little slower in areas compared to other vehicles, which might hurt it in some races. Nonetheless, it would make it a really dope car to cruise around in, which is probably what I'll be using this car for. I mean, it's a really cool looking vehicle. Sounds great. It is pretty cool they added this. The Armored Edition, it looks like, is basically the same vehicle with a few changes there. I'll be showing that as well, like I said, tomorrow. But overall, guys, pretty cool car. You go pick this car up. It's actually not that expensive. I believe it's around 300K, so if you do want it, just go pick that up in the Street HQ there and test this thing out a little bit, see how it does. You might like it. Maybe a new cruise vehicle to drive around with your friends. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching, and definitely tune into the new Corvette Grand Sport. This thing is pretty awesome. And then here's the build I'm running on the Corvette Grand Sport.